Very good morning to you all. So I would like to continue in exercise 8.4 onwards, question number 5, fourth part to seventh part today. That is 4 questions in all. So yesterday already I have shared what are the things you need to take care during solving these questions, or the 10 parts of especially sub parts of this question number 5. So let us begin with our fourth part. You need to prove that 1 plus secant a whole upon secant a is equal to sin square a upon 1 minus cos a. So you are free to pick the sides from both the sides, either left hand side or right hand side. So I picked left hand side once again. I know there also I have the option to convert sin square a in terms of cos square a. So here secant a is the reciprocal of cos, I did that. So 1 plus secant a I have written 1 upon cos a, and denominator again secant a 1 upon cos a, because I need cos a there in that side. So if I take the LCM, my numerator will become cos a plus 1 whole upon cos a, and here it is 1 upon cos a. So if you solve this further, so you will be left with cos a plus 1 only. Now you want to make it what? Sin square a. So you have two options. Either you begin with this, so you will reach here, or what you can do is, if this is cos a plus 1, to bring it in the form of sin square a, you know a plus b into a minus b can bring it in the form of what? 1 minus cos square a. And 1 minus cos square a I know is equal to what? Sin a. So to do that, I have played this mathematical trick, that multiply as well as divide by 1 minus cos a. Because commutative property a plus b is always equal to b plus a. So that I take care here, the denominator is 1 minus cos a. So I need 1 minus cos a in the denominator. That's why I have multiplied and divided by 1 minus cos a, not by cos a minus 1. Because commutative property does not hold good for subtraction. So 1 plus cos a into 1 minus cos a will make it 1 minus cos square a, and denominator 1 minus cos a, which I need there. So 1 minus cos square a you know is equal to what? Sin square a. And here it is 1 minus cos a, which is directly your right hand side. Otherwise, second option I told, you just can stop it here, then start solving this. How you will do that? Sin square a you can write in terms of 1 minus cos square a. And 1 minus cos square you know is lying in the form of a minus b into a plus b. That you can write 1 minus cos a into 1 plus cos a. So sin square a when you split, so you will be left with what? Cos a plus 1, because 1 minus cos a into 1 upon 1 minus cos a will get cancelled, and 1 plus cos a will left there. So here it is also 1 plus cos a, and your left hand side and right hand side by comparing you can equate. So in that way also you can go for. These options are always open. Then your fifth part, very important from the examination point of view, frequently asked question, one of the frequently asked questions in your board examinations. So again, a question is based upon some out of the box thinking, or you can consider this question in HOTS also, that is your higher order thinking ones. But again, second thought is very, very important here. It is there to prove cos a minus sin a plus 1 upon cos a plus sin a minus 1 is equal to cosec a plus quat a. Left hand side is in terms of cos. Interesting thing is, this is minus, this is plus, this is plus, this is minus. And in right hand side I need cosec and cot. So, typical one to think. If I begin with left hand side, so you simultaneously keep a watch upon right hand side. I need cosec and cot. Whatever the terms I am finding in my left hand side, cosec is the reciprocal of sin. So it is 1 here and 1 there also. I know that if I divide 1 by sin, I will be getting cosec. Other is sin there. If it is sin, so sin by sin, again that will go off. And cos then will be divided by sin, it will become quat. Definitely if I divide each term of this left hand side by sin a, somewhere I will be getting these two into my picture of answer. that is cosec and cot. So that's why what I did, I picked up the left hand side and divided each term of this left hand side in the numerator as well as in the denominator by sin A. Cos A upon sin A, sin A upon sin A, plus 1 upon sin A, and similarly in the denominator. Then cos A upon sin A, cot A, because I need here. Sin A upon sin A, it is minus 1. 1 upon sin A, cosec A. Similarly in the denominator you will be getting cot A plus 1 minus cosec A. Means something which I need now is coming into existence of my answer. What to do with this 1 here? Now you arrange these like cot A plus cosec A and take this minus 1 in terms of cosec and cot, because you know the identity in terms of cosec and cot. Take this minus outside the bracket and then write down this 1 in terms of cosec square A minus cot square A. Please make a note of this step. This is the key step of this answer. So what I did, I have converted this 1 in terms of cosec and cot because nothing else is required in right hand side. That I did. So to take minus here and to write it in cosec square A minus cot A, again I can put this inside the bracket, minus sign is there. No need to do anything after this step with the denominator. Please make a note of this step. This is why I am saying that this is the key step of your answer. Now automatically somewhere something will be there which directly will be able to cancel in terms of this denominator with the numerator. So after this step, nothing you have to do with the denominator. Write it as it is. So here I am writing cosec square A minus cot square A. So that can be expressed in terms of A minus B into A plus B. That is cosec A minus cot A into cosec A plus cot A. So cot A plus cosec A into, this is now I have taken common. You can see cot A plus cosec A is here also and here also. So out of this whole expression, what I did, I have taken cot A plus cosec A common. So then common means this will become 1, minus sign is there, and inside the bracket this will also go off. I will be left into cosec A minus cot A. Now you solve this bracket. What you will be getting? 1 minus cosec A plus cot A. 1 minus cosec A plus cot A. And check the denominator. It was 1 minus cosec A plus cot A. So directly I am reaching there in terms of, so cot A plus cosec A into 1 minus cosec A plus cot A, and in the denominator already it is lying 1 minus cosec A plus cot A, so that I can cancel these two and I will be left with cot A plus cosec A, which is your right hand side. So hardly 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth, just from the calculation point of view, I have had 4 or 5 steps addition is there. So please pay attention how we did and what are the tricks in between we have played to go through the answer. Then fifth question. In many of the questions we have focused about the rationalization. So to solve this third sign, because I need to prove 1 plus sin A upon 1 minus sin A whole under the root is equal to secant A plus tangent A. What you can do is take this side and within the third form only you go for the rationalization. Somewhere you will be getting the perfect square and this third sign automatically will go up. How? Look at this. 1 minus sin A was there, so you rationalize by opposite sign of that, 1 plus sin A, 1 plus sin A. It will become 1 plus sin A into 1 plus sin A whole square, perfect square already. 1 minus sin A into 1 plus sin A will become 1 minus sin square A, which is equal to cos square A, whole under the root. Fine. Now this is a perfect square, this is also a perfect square. Means if I take the square root, this will become 1 plus sin A and this will become cos A. Now no such sign will left anywhere. And then split it like 1 upon cos A plus sin A upon cos A. So 1 upon cos A will give you secant A and sin A upon cos A will give you tangent A. That is your right hand side. So you just need to pay attention, like what I can think, what I can do, how I will go for rationalization, why to remove this third sign. Otherwise, most of the time unnecessary necessarily we are squaring both sides. I don't need any square any side, neither the right hand side nor the left hand side. So please take your time. Just think it over why and how we are proceeding towards the answer of this. Then your seventh part is prove that sin theta minus 2 sin cube theta upon 2 cos cube theta minus cos theta is equal to tangent theta. So this question in the year of 2019 and 20 was a part of your board examination, and the question was asked in 4 marks, that is in section D. So now look at this. What I can do here, no identity, nothing else. It is already in terms of sine and cos and tangent. Also I can express simply by writing it in terms of sine upon cos. So simply I have taken sine common. It becomes 1 minus 2 sine square theta. In the denominator I have taken cos theta common. So cos square minus 1 will be left inside the bracket. Now just pay attention here. What I need here? Tangent theta. If you pay attention, just see outside the bracket, here it is sine and here it is cos, and I know sine upon cos is tangent. So answer is there now. That means 1 minus 2 sine square theta and cos square minus 1 definitely will get cancelled. For that, either you need to express cos in terms of sine or sine in terms of cos. Again the option is open to you. As I did sine in terms of cos. So what I have done, I have taken this square bracket, 1 minus 2 sine square I can express 1 minus cos square theta. Then you just solve this bracket. 1 minus 2 into 1 will become minus 2, and minus into minus is plus cos square. Now in the denominator it is cos square theta minus 1. So cos square theta is already there. 1 minus 2 will make it minus 1. So that means that somewhere this expression is equal to this expression. So that's why I can just cancel it out. And I am left with what? Sine upon cos, which is equal to tangent, and that is your right hand side. So up to 7th part I have solved in today's lecture. Now 3 parts left. So those 3 parts I will be covering in next lecture. Please keep on revising. If any difficulties are there, your queries are most welcome. Thank you. Have a nice time.